Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly modern tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. It's more than modern. My name is Mick. I'm your host for tonight. We are watching the match here between Samuel and David. Haven't seen David in a long time. Glad he's here to play as well. Yeah. Table 4 is our feature match. So by the end of the night, I don't think you're gonna see a 3-0 match. But we're gonna see, a 2-0 match. But we're gonna see, X1, X1. Samuel here looks like he's playing Burn. Naya Burn looks like. And David, I'm not quite sure what David is on, but David always brings the weirdest decks. The Brewers Corners decks. So let's see, what he's bringing here tonight. And good evening to everyone. And if it sounds a bit weird, it's because I'm a little under the weather. Actually, a lot of people are under the weather. Wilson here has like a sore throat. I'm also having a sore throat. So if you hear me, like, just adjust my throat a little bit, like every once in a while, give it a clear. Just forgive me and forgive us for such our discretions or our transgressions. I mean, is David playing mono blue Tron? No, he's playing blue white. Looks like starts off in an island and just passes the turn. Okay, so this will be interesting. Blue white versus Naya Burn. And Samuel here, well, the best start, of course, having one drop creature, either in the form of Goblin Guide or Monastery Swiftspear, and of course he goes for a Monastery Swiftspear. And David here happens to draw up the Flooded Strand off the top, which is unfortunate. So he goes for the other blue source. Probably because he's got a white sauce in hand already, I think. There's a white sauce. Danny says he's also having a sore throat. So, Danny, did you give us all the sore throat? Did you really? Went around going, licking all the loose bottles here and there. And then when we drink it, we get the sore throat. Maybe there's something in the air. Maybe it's the season. Season to be sore. Anyway, David here sets up his draw using Serum Vision, and it looks like he kept both on the top. Probably looking for only 1 point of damage. Okay. Danny says, I think it's Wilson. He was patient 1. Danny, I believe the terminology for it is that he's patient 0. Patient 0 is usually the source of the epidemic. Patient 1 is the first person who comes in contact with the epidemic source. But patient 0, because like we have this term called ground 0. Ground 0 is basically where the nuclear testing site is, or like where the nuclear bomb landed. Diego Matlang Bayang says, say something. Yeah, I'm saying a lot of stuff. I think so. Something. Is the audio, those in the chat, please let me know. Is the audio kind of messed up? Because, yeah, I like to know if the audio is okay, that you're hearing me A-okay. And let me know if the, okay. Alright, so Vendilion Click here, gonna get taken out by a Searing Blaze. Wow, and that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Oh, David here needs something fast, and he's dead to like 3 lightning bolts. Sweeper or bust, maybe. Oh, he does have the Day of Judgment in hand, but not enough mana. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. He's got the Spell Snare in hand, but I think he's dead to two lightning bolts on attack here. Lightning bolt. So 2 burn spells. Okay, so 2-3 damage burn spells here will spell the end for David, or 1-4 damage burn spell. because he's got to counter it. Alright, so he goes Cryptic Command, tap all your guys, tap and draw. Okay. So yeah, no double white. Yeah. Ori Swen saying no double white. Yeah, but he needs that second white source. But he decided to get the blue source earlier on, just so that he can, just so that he can get some, cast the Cryptic Command that was already in his hand, and the Vendilion Click that was already in his hand. So yeah. I see Ori Suen also put there no WW. Yeah, no more wars, please. No more wars. Wars are bad for humanity. He's got another Cryptic Command in hand, but just missed the land drop, unfortunately. The problem is that, yep, Cryptic Command just really easy out. Okay, draw. He needs another white source. Another white source would be ideal. Land? No. Negate? Unfortunately. Alright, so Jace here will help to stem a bit of the bleeding. He takes it up. Then, Samuel just deals 2 less damage a turn. And the problem is that if David here, casts a spell. Oh, he does have a white source, okay. So if he does cast a spell, Samuel here can redirect the damage to Jace. But I'm not quite sure why he would. But yeah. End step, going to Lightning Helix. Nah, I don't think you should Lightning Helix. Should you? Should you really Lightning Helix? Nope. Okay. So wait for your turn. I think you can Lightning Helix. Oh, yeah, double Lightning Helix now. That's 6 points of damage to the face. And that would be, yep, Lightning Bolt. Lightning Helix. Trigger. Prowess Trigger, Lightning Helix. And another, just an attack would be lethal. And another Lightning Helix, of course, Samuel doesn't review. I want to know, those of you in the chat, for those of you who do play a lot of Magic, and especially a lot of competitive Magic, do you have this, let's not call it bad manner, but do you have this habit of like showing your hand? Yeah, but I still got all these. Patrick Chapin has a song, has a little Magic rap, and saying, yeah, I still got all these. Morphling, holy crap! Is that oh, that's a Morphling in a sleeve. Okay, that's not in the deck. But yeah, Morphling, so cool, so fun. I'm trying to find a Morphling myself. Hard to come by that card, yeah. Alright, if you just joining us, so looks like Samuel here takes the first game. The blue-white control deck is being, is getting more and more, what do you call it? Getting a bit better, not better, sorry. Man, my English is bad tonight. It's getting more popular among players. Blue-white control. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sold on blue-white control, but I think I quite like it, especially even against the burn matchup. If you play it properly, you should be able to play around a what do you call it? Skullcrack, so that you can gain some life. That white does give you access to a lot of good sideboard cards. And even main board, we saw in David's deck, main board he plays spell snares, which are pretty good, especially if you're on the draw. So yeah, cool. David uses the Morphling as a divider. Nice. I need a Morphling somewhere along the way. It's gaining traction, yeah, Alex. Thank you for the spur of English words. It is gaining traction, but I don't know. I'm not quite sold. I'm not quite sold on the blue-white control deck. I guess it's good against Grixis, Death Shadow, or Death Shadow decks in general. But yeah, like I said, I'm not entirely sold on the deck yet. Okay, so if you're just joining us, you're watching our weekly modern tournament here at Great Ogre Games. It's more than modern. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts. And there isn't any more. Well, the seasonal qualifiers are over. The championship, the if you notice, the event name this week is a bit different. There's no more Grey Ogre Games Invitationals, you might ask, but there is. There is. The Grey Ogre Games Invitationals are coming up. The championship will be in January 21st. And the top 14 players, or 14 players, have already been locked. And this Saturday, if you have 10 championship points, you can take part in the last chance qualifiers, which will be standard. And yeah, if you don't have 10 championship points, it's okay. How about you trying it again next year? You know, come back, try again next year, and see if you can make it to our championships. $5,000 worth of cash and prizes to be won. So I'm quite excited. I'm in that chat group, that WhatsApp group with all the other players, all the 14 players, and then we were discussing like what the rules were and what how the drafts are going to be done. And when I mean drafts, I mean the top 4 players will be drafting who is in their table. And so that'll be quite cool because they get some access to the decks as well. Okay, so is that disenchant? Goblin guy hits him for 2. Is that disenchant? I am curious. I don't think it is, right? What is that card that that David just drew? Anybody in the chat can educate me on what it is that David drew just now, that white colored card. Is it this? Right? I'm not crazy, right? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's disenchant. Anyway. Eidolon of the Great Revel. Ruined Halo. David's going to take 2 damage first, so he goes down to 16. But Ruined Halo says, oh, okay. Ruined Halo, as it enters the battlefield, choose a card name. You have protection from the chosen name. That's it. So probably targeted the Eidolon of the Great Revel here. Or at least name the Eidolon of the Great Revel. Okay, Monastery Swift Spear. And that's a great idea because Samuel here playing a very, very dangerous game, going down to 12 here, but David dropping down to 7 after the Monastery Swift Spear beats in. So that's 7 points of damage, going down to 9, and going down to 10, and then the Monastery Swift Spear for another 3. Spraying Seas, gonna try to draw a card, give me a land, and David here is just stuck on land. He needs another land. Damn it, give me a land. Spraying Seas is not enough. David here going down to 6, and no. Not like this. Not like this. Celestial Purge here will get rid of the Monastery Swift Spear, but David's down to 6, and Samuel, all he needs is just 2 burn spells off the top. And David here just stuck on land. He needs 1 more. He's got a lot of timely reinforcements is a pretty good card. Yeah, Celestial Purge, I'm going to get rid of the Monastery Swift Spear. Timely reinforcements is a pretty good card, and I don't think Samuel has an answer for that. Not yet. And one more land would be ideal here. Untapped land. Field of Ruined. And gonna get rid of your other white source. Okay, so we're in business. There's a land. There is a land. I like the deck tag here. Rune Halo against Rune Halo here against what do you call it? Eidolon of the Great Revel. That's so much damage that you're preventing, and Samuel here might actually be stuck behind his Eidolon of the Great Revel, as long as, you know, as long as David just doesn't attack into it. Gonna try, I think, the Gideon of the Trials. And the cool thing about Eidolon, the cool thing about Rune Halo is that it gives you protection from the name card, which means that it can't target you. Let's see Eidolon of the Great Revel. So because it doesn't do any damage, okay, so it doesn't target the player, so it will always trigger, it will hit the player. But because the player has protection from a card, he doesn't receive any damage, which means that you know, he cannot redirect the damage, or Samuel can't really redirect the damage to Gideon because there's 0 damage dealt. I need to check this up. I do need to check this up. Prevention of, redirection or prevention of damage. Let's see. Let me do a quick one. Redirect, damage, prevent. This is interesting. If non-combat damage would be dealt to a player by a source controlled by an opponent, the opponent may have that player damage that damage to a planeswalker the first player controls instead. This is a redirection effect and is subject to normal rules for ordering replacement effects. See rule 616. Okay, so let's see rule 616. Okay, so this is interesting. Samuel might actually be able to use the Eidolon of the Great Revel to start pinging down planeswalkers. So let's see. Comprehensive rules, rule 616, yeah? The replacement effects, interaction of replacement and or prevention effects. Okay. If 2 or more replacement and or prevention effects are attempting to modify the way an event affects an object or player, the affected object's controller or its owner, if it has no controller, or the affected player chooses one to apply following the steps listed below. If 2 or more players have to make these choices at the same time, choices are made in active player then non-active player order. See rule 101.4. So which means that I can choose to redirect first, and then non-active player says, okay, I'm going to prevent the damage, but the damage has already been redirected. Okay, if any of the replacement and or prevention effects would modify under whose control an object will enter the battlefield, okay. If any replacement will become a copy, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to game 3. I think David was able to whip out that win. Fortunately, awesome sauce. Wow. Okay, this is an interesting question. Anybody in the chat? Oh, the timer isn't moving. That's a good point. There's 31 minutes left in the round. Let me go and adjust that. There we go. Anybody in the chat actually knows the ruling? Supra H says support Uncle David. Yeah, support Uncle David. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen David in a long time, man. He says today is not working. It's like awesome. Awesome. Okay. This is interesting. Once the chosen area, 2 permanents are on the battlefield. So do you replace first and then prevent? That is the question. So if it's active player, non-active player order, okay, let's search rule 101.4. Rule 101.4. Magic Golden Rules 101.4. If multiple players would make choices and or take actions at the same time, the active player makes any choices required, then the next player in turn order, usually the player seated to the left, makes any choices required following the remaining non-active players in turn order. Then the actions happen simultaneously. This rule is often referred to as active player, non-active player rule. A card reads, each player sacrifices a creature. First the player chooses a creature the active player chooses a creature he or she controls. Then each of the non-active players in turn order chooses a creature he or she controls. Then all creatures chosen this way are sacrificed simultaneously. Okay, so in this case, let's see, A, B, C. Okay, so it stands to reason that what happens is that both effects take place at the same time, which is I'm going to prevent and then I'm going to redirect, and so there is no stack. So you prevent the damage to yourself, which means that there's no damage to redirect to Gideon or to the Planeswalker. On the other hand, might actually say that there is no damage to be dealt to you because the damage was redirected to the Planeswalker. But I believe the latter the former is correct. So anybody in the chat can rectify or can educate me on this, because I'm trying to search up the rules at the same time, try to concentrate on the game. Actually, I don't ever concentrate on the game. So whatever. What rule is it? 604, right? 604 point. No, it's not 604 point. It's 606. Nope. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Prevention effects, replacement effects, prevention effects. Okay, that's cool. .7. There are no special restrictions on casting a spell. Some prevention effects may also include an additional effect. Okay, if damage that would be dealt is prevented, it never happens. A modified event may occur instead, which may trigger in turn. Man, I wonder whether you can redirect prevented damage. And then how does that work? Anybody? Redirect prevented damage. We're learning here. Anyway, I'm not concentrating on the game. I'm pretty sure that Samuel here has a bit of the upper hand. Snapcaster with nothing in the graveyard and just gonna block. I guess. Good blocker. Good block. I'm gonna take one from the Monstrous Spear. I'm gonna move the life counter down a bit. this could be, yeah, this could be a really short match. Uh, David here down to 4 life. Obviously cannot take any more damage of his shock lens. And then just trying to stay in the game right now. Samuel did, he can fire off a multitude of spells. And since David here doesn't have any white source, I think it's safe to say that Samuel can fire off some of his spells. Okay, Samuel here. Okay, going to path the path the Monastery Spear, but in response, of course, Samuel has more than enough burn in hand. So, but David knows that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Samuel, like against Naya Burn, I think the first game is important. You just need your opponent to stumble just a little bit. I think David in that first game, had he had that second white source earlier on, I think he had it. And in one of the games, like, second game, we saw that David won quite handily. I like the Rune Halo deck tag. And, it's unfortunate that, David just, I think his second game, he just needed that land. Yeah, and he found it. So, yeah. Anyway, you've been watching the Modern tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. It's our weekly Modern tournament. We'll be back with round 2 in about 25 minutes. I'll put you on a replay. There's a lot of players here today. There's 24 players here today, somewhere there. And usually we don't have that many players. Actually, no. Recently, we've been getting quite a lot of players for Modern. I think more people are interested to play Modern versus Standard right now, which is unfortunate. Standard is quite fun, or Standard should be quite fun, but when there's a mechanic that takes over Standard for more than 2-3 seasons, then it doesn't get too fun. All right, we are going to be back in a short while, so don't go away. But before I go, just want to remind you that you can join us on the stream, twitch.tv/Grey Ogre Games, YouTube, as well as on Facebook every Tuesday and Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. Singapore time, sometimes on the weekends as well. If you miss all the action, just head on down to greyogregames.com. youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. If you want to find out more about our invitationals, next year, January 1st, we start our invitationals, a new format for the year. I think we will have more seasonal qualifiers. We'll have more variety in the seasonal qualifiers, not just standard, but more modern as well. And maybe even more participants or more slots for the invitationals at the end of the year. So we'll see you in a short while. Remember, just go on down to our website, greyogregames.com. I'll see you in a bit. Hello everyone and welcome to Modern. It's your weekly modern tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside the suit, Mr. James Church Morley.
Good to see you, Mick. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm tired. I'm prepping myself up. I took leave from work on Friday for GP Singapore. Are you ready for GP Singapore? You have signed up, sir.
Absolutely not. I signed up 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago. Yeah?
20
You
minutes
made
ago.
the decision. Now you're in. You've made the investment. You're like,
It's too late.
you're like, yeah.
It's a sunk cost.
I'm doing it. I'm going home after round 4.
Already looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Already looking
probably.
forward to going home after round 4 at 6 p.m. because that's how long it will take.
I'm pretty sure the minute I open my packs, like, okay, so, good players, they go in expecting to win the tournament. Yeah. You have to have that mentality. You have to go in and say, yeah, I'm gonna slay this. I'm gonna go 15-0, and then I'm gonna go undefeated in the top 8. I'm gonna draft the best deck, and just slay the competition. Me, on the other hand, I'm probably gonna wake up late. I'm not gonna make it there on time. I'm gonna get one round, one round loss or one.
It's not good luck for you.
Yeah.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, but it's okay. I paid $120 for like 6 packs. That's like
It's only
the
$20
best.
a pack.
Yeah. It's only $20 a pack. Yeah,
which
exactly.
is good value.
Yeah, exactly. So
Good value.
Frozen Frog saying hi Joshua, hi Klein, DXEX1. And we're watching the match here between Sheikh Amiruddin on the left and Jose on the right. Sheikh. Well, Sheikh, I used to think he played Merfolk. But now he's not. That's not Sheikh. Sheikh doesn't play this deck. I don't know.
Apparently he does.
Yeah. Anyway, he's playing Grixis Death Shadow.
So an interesting play on turn 1. He led off with a Polluted Delta, then Stubborn Denial, the turn 1 Aethervar from Jose.
Yeah. Okay, so Jose instead is playing the mono white hit best deck.
Yep. It could be. Yeah, I think it is mono white. I'm wondering if you're splashing black and get the sort of black white Eldrazi.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but we haven't seen any black yet.
Yep.
Because you've got the Cavern of Souls, presumably naming, I guess, either human or potentially Eldrazi, but we don't know yet. Still waiting for him to, stuck on basic planes in the Cavern of Souls.
So I doubt it's a human deck. I really doubt it's a human deck, but you never know, because we don't know what that Cavern of Souls is naming, right?
Yeah, we're not that advanced yet.
Oh yeah.
We don't have someone whispering in our ear.
Yeah, that hey man, you gotta take a look at it. But I think it's mono white. Like there's too many basic planes for it not to be mono white. And here, Miran Crusader,
I reckon,
fantastic card.
So
Let's bring it up.
I reckon that he's on that Cavern of Souls is naming human.
Where is it? There we go. No, the Cavern of Souls is probably naming, I don't know, Eldrazi, maybe?
I don't know. So Death Shadow. Sheikh upgraded his land base.
Oh yeah.
That's an unstable.
Yeah, that's an unstable. Is that a foil?
I think it is.
Oh man.
That's a $100 bill on the table right
Sweet!
now.
Wow. Wow.
A real commitment to your modern deck.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Unless he had one draft of unstable and then opened it in his booster pack. It's like, brilliant, I need one of these for my modern deck.
Damn.
I feel like it's the most expensive card in the deck.
Liliana...
Probably cheaper.
Okay. So yeah, Liliana... Okay, so maybe not now, but in about, 1 year's time, that land is going to be more expensive than Liliana's. It's going to be more expensive than any other card in the deck because they'll be so coveted. It'll be so difficult to find. Unstable has a really large print base. It's like Conspiracy. It's almost limitless. But even then, Conspiracy 2 had Leovold, and Leovold was like $80. Like, you don't I don't understand how this works.
It's called economics.
Yeah, I know it's economics. On the podcast, like, we always talk about, like, supply, demand, and this thing. But, supply is supposedly infinite, and people are wanting to draft Conspiracy, but
it gets stuck somewhere.
It gets stuck somewhere,
There's a number of steps in the distribution, and presumably it gets stuck before it gets to a shop.
It probably gets stuck before it hits consumers. Like, it gets stuck at the consumers. They're just like, no, I don't want. I don't want this.
I've never drafted a single conspiracy set, but I would. Be
wow.
interested.
Never, conspiracy is awesome.
Yeah, no, I've heard, but I, didn't have the time, and and then those sets have quite a short lifespan. People play them for like a month.
Yeah, and then
they're like, right, let's move on. I'm sort of conspiracied out, and then it's hard to get once you've moved away from it. It's hard to get 7 other people. That's what you really need.
Yeah, exactly.
To jump back into the format and go, yeah, you know what?
I wanna do some conspiracy.
Not impossible. But
anybody in the chat wanna do some conspiracy draft? Yeah. Okay.
Let us know, GP Singapore.
Yeah. Okay. Team of Battle Rage. And a what you call it? Death Shadow equals win game.
It does, especially when your Death Shadow is a 10-10.
Yeah. Okay.
So even though the Mirren Crusader has protection from black and protection from green, and so can presumably block every single creature in Shake's deck.
But Jose needed to get in, like he needed to try to win the game.
He did, but
it was like a 3 life. So.
Yeah, it's just that the Teamer Battle Rage just comes out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, I love that the Death Shadow decks are playing Teamer Battle Rage again. Let's bring up Teamer Battle Rage, shall we?
So it's interesting. So that they sort of went.
It went dark because
they went away from Teamer Battle Rage, so it was, pun intended, all the rage for a while.
Oh man,
yeah,
oh, gosh,
and
fashionable.
The Grixis Death Shadow decks were using it to sort of kill
as
quickly as possible, and the whole plan was, right, I'm gonna learn my life as quickly as possible, Street Wraith, cycle, fetch, Shocklands untapped, just play stuff out,
and then Team Battle Rage you
before you can have your one shot to kill me, before you can set up. Then they moved away from that, and they tried, I think there's a bit more consistency. They went to, more colours, 4 colours, even the ambitious 5 colour, where it had like a godless shrine in the sideboard for lingering souls, and the white sideboard cards.
I never understood that. I never understood that deviation from, just pure aggressive. The meta game didn't really change. Besides going for like 4 colors, the stubborn denials, I think the stubborn denials are fantastic. But the question becomes, what can you take out? The Mishra's baubles are the expensive ones. They've been reprinted, and so now people are playing Grixis Death Shadow, and they're playing the original version, like somewhere close to the original version, maybe with the stubborn denial,
yes.
And that's it. And the stubborn denial actually helps in quite a few situations. I mean, we saw in the last game, just that 1 mana counter spell takes out the Aetherval, pushes Jose, it pushes him like 1 turn back.
Yeah,
and so I never understood like the movement away from Team of Battle Rage, because it wins you games.
I think Grixis 4 color, 5 color Death Shadow is an interesting case study in Modern.
Jeez.
Because it's been around for a long time, and it's almost cyclical, where it's an established pillar of the format, but the flavor that is played changes and evolves over time to combat various metagame shifts and trends.
Yeah.
And I'm sure one could chart it if one wanted to. I'm not saying that we're not going to attempt to recreate it here, but there's probably data that suggests that in a metagame which is X%, one deck, X%, 2 decks, you don't want to be playing your Team of Battle Rages. You want to be playing this version instead.
I know, but it's kind of weird. Like this Team of Battle Rage is like just that powerful. I know. Especially if you're going up against a mirror match, it's not that great because of the stubborn denials, or at least the introduction of stubborn denials at that point. But
what sort of metagame is a Team of Battle Rage good in? Presumably one which has
combos.
Yeah, and so combos where someone's not trying to play interactive Magic with you, and then things where 1-for-1 removal spells are at a low point, because what you don't want to do is Team Battle Rage and they go right Path to Exile, or Fatal Push, which is another one, targeting your Death Shadow. So I guess it's if more mid-rangey, if there's like a lot of Eldrazi in the format, a lot of Tron decks which aren't really interacting on that removal axis.
Yeah, you want to just get rid of the you just want to get rid of your opponent as fast as you can, and it's one of the ways that you can do that. But I'm not sold, like, because the 1-for-1 removal will always be there. Like, we're always gonna have Fatal Pushes. We're always gonna have our Path to Exiles, Lightning Bolts. Well, Lightning Bolts don't pair well with Death Shadows and stuff like that. But all the rest do, and so I don't know. It seems a little weird. Like I never understood why.
It's interesting. And I think if you spoke to someone who played Death Shadow for an extended period of time and asked them, about the iterations of their deck, why, like, what are you looking for to play Team Battle Rage? What are you looking for to play, Lingering Souls, for example? Like, what conditions are you looking at? And I'm sure there are, valid reasons for all of them. It is interesting. Death Shadow's stuck around for a long time now.
Yeah.
I think
too long.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about too long. It's been around for a lot longer than people, I think, remember.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's a, it's like a comfortable sofa, right? It's just there, and you just expect it in the landscape now, and no one's surprised. Whereas at one time it was the new hotness, and everyone was playing Death Shadow.
Yep.
So yeah.
Anyway, look at that! Look at that full art token. It's a foil token of the clue.
Is it?
Which is also from Unstable.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Everyone's got the Unstable cards.
Yeah.
Apart from me.
Except you.
Apart
you. You didn't get to
play. I didn't get to play.
Why didn't you play? Why didn't you take some time off?
I had plans.
Yeah, plans.
I had plans. Yeah.
Yeah, plans. Okay. All right.
Wednesday night is my Wednesday night, occasionally Friday night. This Saturday, GP Singapore is my magic day. It's difficult to find the time otherwise. I have heard good things about Unstable, though. I'm sure we're going to come back to Unstable a lot tonight.
Well, we're going to see a lot of Unstable cards, for sure.
Well, you're going to see a lot of lands from Unstable.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Jose, why haven't you upgraded your land base, man? Like, those basic planes.
Foil planes, I think they're like the...
Are those the...
Are they like the ones they gave out in Dragon's Maze pre-release? No,
they're not.
But they're all foil matching. But I mean, that's pretty nice.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
That's trying to find. Well, our resident aggro expert Frozen Frog 00 says started off with Suicide Zoo. That's actually true. Yeah, Suicide Zoo was the first deck that had Death Shadow, yeah, because Suicide Zoo, well, that deck technology was become immense, Team of Battle Rage, kill you, and so that was around for a while, and it was one of those, like, the shift from mono red to Naya Zoo,
with Wild Nakato,
4-color Zoo, I guess.
I remember. I think it was Josh Atterlayton or some of the Channel Fireball guys playing it in a GP a long time ago, and that was I think that was the first time I saw it, and then they moved on to the Death Shadow. Yeah,
so I mean, like, iteration, that was a long time ago. That was a really long time ago. Death Shadow was there, but I don't think people abused it as much because aggressive decks were, lightning bolts was still a thing. Because you don't have your, fatal pushes at that point in time. Like,
it's interesting if you look at it in isolation. If you opened up a World Wake booster and you saw this card Death Shadow, and it's 13/13 for one single black mana, and you're like, well, that's amazing. And then you see the claws on it, you think, God, this is awful. I don't want to play this.
No, it's well,
but it takes a dedicated. The deck has, you have to be committed to losing life.
Yeah, right? I mean, like, no, but the whole thing about the game is that you start losing life as you go along, and that's why Delve was such a great mechanic, because as you played the game, lo and behold, you put cards in your graveyard, and then you activate these cards for the reduced cost.
Yeah.
So.
And a throwback to our last week discussion on how broken Delve is.
Delve. Yeah, any mana reduction, it's a little bit too pushed.
Free cards are good as well.
Yeah, free cards are
fantastic, yeah. Street Wraith, free card. If you consider your life to not be important like the Death Shadow decks do.
Yep. Jerome saying hi, Mick. Hello, Jerome. Why don't you say hi to James? Nobody cares about
I've noticed this. Yeah. A lot of people.
So everybody just says hi to me. Hi.
Still the new guy relatively. Yeah. Just a little bit of friendly hazing.
And so now, if like people in the chat like goes like, "Hi James," like it doesn't seem sincere.
Yeah, I
anymore
know. Yeah,
it's like when you're a little kid, like your mom tells you, "Say sorry," and they're like, "Sorry," you don't mean it. It's just like, I need to appease my mom, otherwise I'm gonna get the cane.
Cane.
Yeah. Oh, you grew up in a British family, you know. We grew up in like hardcore Asian family with our, hard knocks principles and life lessons.
I'm almost certain that's not true.
Jeffrey is on the stream. Or Jeffrey's in the chat group. Every time I play Death Shadow, I regret playing it. But you still win. Why? How come? You're so good. Yeah. Jeffrey.
What a cross to bear.
Yeah, exactly.
Being so good, so tortured. What an artist! What the Van Gogh? I'm so tortured by my talent.
I can't. Yeah, I hate playing this Death Shadow deck, but I'm winning games. I regret playing it, but I'm winning.
Yeah. My life is so hard. I will never be that good at Magic. He is. Jeffrey is.
Yeah, Jeffrey just picks up a deck and just wins.
He is many times better than I am at Magic. Yeah. Many times.
I think many times better than a lot of us. I mean, but we're starting to see a growth of competitive players here with the invitationals, and it's coming right up. Like this is the last month you can get into the invitationals, but it's going to be tough. You got to fight. And there's last chance qualifiers as well. There's at the end of the month. When is the invitationals? 21st of January. I think.
Is that when it is?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I obviously won't be playing in it.
Yeah, I mean, like we'll probably be casting, or like at least a group of us will be casting. I think that will be the first time we will try to rotate casters, because it's going to be a long day. 10 rounds of play
in one day.
Wow. Yeah, so get ready for that.
I'll put on my suit.
Put on a tie. And Kelvin Chen saying, "Hello, what's up, Kelvin?" Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. Like life getting in your way. Yeah. Just tell your wife, just relax, calm down.
That's not how it works.
No, it's not. I don't know. I'm not married. I'm like, I don't even have a girlfriend that I have to convince, like, hey man, babe, I want some like play time, some me time. You and your stupid cardboard. It's like, yeah. So, I imagine that's the response.
So,
or maybe in my magical world, I would find that woman or that lady who would be like, yeah, sure, babe, go play your stuff. Yeah. Go do your stuff. You do you. I love you too. And bye, and she goes shopping.
Yeah. So Shiro318 in the Twitch chat asking, I haven't played Magic yet. How fun is it? Incredibly fun. Very
fun.
Very
full
fun.
Stop. Yeah.
You can tell from the sound of our voices how excited we are to talk about it. No, it is really good. I've played a lot of card games, and this is the one that stuck with me. Played a lot of games, and I think you have phases where you're like, oh, I'm really into this. I really like playing. Like I want to play FIFA for a while, or I want to play this, but I always come back to Magic. Like, it's just so captivating.
That's one of the things. Like some of us have like a dry spout. I think a dry spell that we just get tired of the game. There's too much rotations, but then. What I love about this game is that I haven't played Commander in such a long time, and the other day I just made a new deck, and out of the box, like the first try that I did fantastic. I just wanted to keep playing Commander, not just with that deck, but I just wanted to keep playing Commander over and over and over again. And then you go back to, oh, okay, there are other formats that you want to play in Magic itself, and sometimes you just grow out of Magic for a while. And then you come back. Like, I don't understand like why we do this. This game costs money. This game costs time. Sometimes relationships. We get into fights. Bruised egos. But this game is
it's good. Fantastic. And sure, if you haven't played, you should definitely check out
Duels. Duels of Planeswalkers.
Duels of Planeswalkers. But I was going to say, just go to your local gaming store. Go onto the Wizards of the Coast website and search for Magic the Gathering, and just find a local store and just honestly go in and say, look, I haven't played, but I want to learn how to play, and I'm sure they'll be happy to teach you. And you know, you start off simple. You start off, you know, just understanding the basics, and before you know it, you're playing modern, which is one of the, you know, 3 or 4 main formats of the game, which comprise, you know, a lot of, you know, older cards, 10, 15 years old, that people have collected over time. But you know, you can have as much or as little as you want. If you want to play super casually, you can do that. If you want to be a, you know, super competitive guy, you can do that. There's an avenue for...
You can be the 1 out of 500 players who actually plays Pauper, like myself, but because nobody else plays Pauper. Yeah.
No
it's
comment.
fun. It's fun.
I'm sure it is.
It is.
It's but yeah, it's you know, in summary, I think it's
a
good game, and you should play it. And you know, if you're in Singapore, come down to Ogre Games, and they'll you know the guys here super friendly. You know, they'll help you learn. They take the spend a lot of time to you know, and I've seen them. You know, new people come in and they really, you know, help new people get accustomed to it, walk them through it. It's like a really good environment.
Yeah, they would happily, you know, just have one guy sit down with you, you know, run through intro decks and run through, you know, just how to play the game. Shiro318, just let us know where you're from. Kelvin Chen saying is away in France. Okay, why are you watching the stream then? Shouldn't you be in France now? It should be
it's 1 p.m.
Oh,
half one.
Daylight savings time.
Yeah. So you should be having a nice 3-course lunch.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Enjoying, you know, some fromage, some cheese.
Fromage.
Some cheese.
Hey man, you gotta have some of that blue cheese that they call it blue cheese. Yeah. If you go to Italy, it's gorgonzola. If you ever mess that up, right, you will find your head on a chopping block, sir. Or at least that's what I found. Shake here representing, hey man, do you die now or do you die now? And
I mean, Jose's sort of, you know, 2/6/6 Death Shadows. Okay.
This is dangerous. This is...
So he's got to put something... You know, if he doesn't block, and then Jose has a Team and Battle Rage,
he's dead.
That's game over.
Yep.
So he's got to block somewhere. He's got Blade Splicer, and he's got a 3/3 Golem with First Strike and a Thraben Inspector.
You're going to kill all your stuff. Lingering Souls.
Oh wow! So there you go. Here we go.
This is the 5 color.
This is the 5 color.
So this is not just, you know, it's got Team of Battle Rage, it's got Lingering Souls, it's got Stubborn Denial, and it's got Path of the Exile.
I'm going to ask Shake afterwards, is Godless Shrine in the sideboard? And you bring it in. Because some of the 5 color Death Shadow lists, Godless Shrine in the sideboard, 1 copy. Bring it in when you bring in your Lingering Souls, just to have the versatility to go, you know, 2 white, cast the front side, 1 black, cast the back side.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
Why?
He's drawn another one. I love it.
Goodness.
Yeah, look at that.
Make you sacrifice a creature.
And then Liliana, the Last Hope. You know, +1 ability, give target creature -2/-1 till end of turn. Gets rid of Blade Splicer. Jose's only got a Restoration Angel.
Yeah, I don't know what's the Aethervar on though.
I don't think it does on.
Oh, it just cast.
It just cast, yeah. So Jose's playing a Seagate Wreckage.
Yeah.
So, you know,
it's got to be the Eldrazi version.
Yeah, but we haven't seen any Eldrazi, so exactly. I wonder what's going on. Seagate Wreckage, 2 and a colorless. You know, tap it to draw a card. Play its ability only if you've got no cards in your hand.
Yeah,
that's a pretty heavy commitment to colorless, which, you know, suggests to me that there's some Thought-Knots, some Eldrazi Displacers in the deck. Maybe he just hasn't drawn them.
You probably also want.
He's not playing black, so I don't think he's playing Tidehollow Scullers, Wasteland Stranglers.
Yeah.
I don't think he's playing. You know, unless he's been very, very unlucky, I don't think he's playing black.
No,
so I think he's just on a mono white Eldrazi deck.
Yeah.
And
mono white hate best, but you know, not hitting too much.
Well, I haven't seen any Talias. Arguably not that good against Death Shadow. Maybe he sideboarded them out, but that's what you perhaps expect to see.
Yeah.
Either the 2-mana one or the 3-mana one. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, another Ether Vial off the top.
Wow, okay. Shake there, taking down the win. Easy game. Well, I don't know. Jose's deck. Okay. It's not that Jose's deck is not going to do well against, like, I don't think either deck was favored. Because Shake has so little threats that it's hard to imagine, you know, him sticking, let's say, you know, more than 1 Death Shadow or more than 1 Tarmogoyf on the field at any point in time. But yeah, it looks like Sheikh was able to get that win. Started off with Inquisition of Kozilek, takes out the Path. You know, yeah,
Yeah, it's
interesting.
Yeah, and we didn't really see Jose's deck do that much.
Yeah,
that's the reality. Oh, he's got a Dust to Dawn in the sideboard.
Oh
that he's
man,
brought
spicy.
That is tech. But presumably that
You
only
could take back everything.
take back every one of his creatures.
Yeah.
Presumably that only comes in against the Death Shadow and the Eldrazi decks.
Yeah, I guess you want to just trade your creature, not even trade your creatures, just chump block and just
and use the front side to get rid of the big Death Shadows, get rid of the bigger Eldrazi. It must feel really good playing Dusk and then destroying a Thought-Knot Seer and drawing a card off it, and then having in your graveyard to get back all of the all of your smaller creatures.
Jeez.
I bet that feels quite good. But that's just modern, right? You just see
you sometimes just have the nut draw, and the nut draw is just the nut draw is called the nut draw because
that's true.
All right, we're gonna put on a replay right now before the second round. You got any questions?
So
we wanted to talk about McDonald's, or at least I wanted to talk about
So this is what I was
McDonald's.
going to say. I haven't normally I prepare something. I've got some funny questions to let's get to know Mick or let's play a game. I came straight from work today, so I didn't have any time to do anything, unfortunately. But good job. There was a contentious debate beforehand about what is best in McDonald's.
Okay, before we get into the debate, gonna round off this this section because I gotta stop the recording because we're gonna post this on YouTube. So if you want to find us on YouTube, youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. You want to find us on the stream, twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames. You can also find us on Facebook. We stream every Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and now Fridays for Final Fantasy. And Final Fantasy is also a fantastic game. So do tune in. DXEX saying Mick teaches good magic too. No, I don't. I teach poor, terrible magic. Somebody else taught me. There is another person controlling my mouth. Anyway, you can also find replays youtube.com/GreyOgreGames, and you want to find out more about the invitationals, just head on down to GreyOgreGames.com. Alright, so we're gonna transition over to a replay right now, and you can tune out and come back in like 23 minutes later. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our weekly modern tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. It's Modern. My name is Mick. I'm your host for tonight, and we are watching the match here between Murali Narayanan on the left and Ng Yang Ting on the right. Haven't seen Murali play, but Murali's deck kind of spicy. So yeah, let's watch this match as it plays out. Where is it? Oh yeah, gotta shift the phone a little bit. I'll be right back. And off we go. Murali versus Yang Ting. Man, my voice is a little bit hoarse. And yeah. Murali here is playing the blue-white control deck. As we saw, I mean, you know, we talked about it the last game. And Yang Ting here looks like he's playing Tron, but what version of Tron is it? Tron is just Tron, I mean, but pretty good. Starts off with a tower and an expedition map, but quickly gets hosed down by Spreading Seas. Somebody in the chat just now was saying, yeah, Spreading Seas is the reason why you want to be playing blue-white control. And here we see exactly why. Tron has been quite prevalent in the meta game. You know, there's so many versions of Tron. Blue, black, black, green Tron. There's mono blue Tron. There's white, mono white Tron or white blue Tron as well. You know, or green white Tron or green red Tron. Basically, if you have 7 mana on turn 3. It feels good. It feels very, very good. Yang Ting here looking to get a what you call it? What is this card? The Urza's Mine out of his deck. Murali may be firing off a Vendilion Click on the draw step. Yep, on the draw step, gonna Vendilion Click you. Show me your hand, sir. And there is another tower in his hand, I believe. That the mountain-esque looking thing is a tower. Vendilion Click, I wonder, can it find can it take a land card? I believe it's a non-land card, right? Yeah, there we go. When Vendilion Click enters the battlefield, look at target player's hand. You may choose a non-land card from it, and if you do, that player reveals the chosen card, puts it on the bottom of his library, then draws a card. Okay, so maybe Murali has, well, might have counter spells up this turn. Might want to take the Oblivion Stone instead. Or the Walking... Okay, so the Walking Ballista can be cast this turn, and that would easily get rid of the Vendilion Click. And he's going to take the Walking Ballista because the O Stone here might be a little bit harder to cast. So... Oh, great. Oh, okay. Gonna lower the resolution here. Yeah, so in my my live view, it's black, which is why I'm asking whether the stream is frozen or not. But it seems that it's working okay. So yeah. So Yang Ting here choosing to play with his hand wide open. Choosing not to cast the Oblivion Stone. I'm curious why he doesn't cast the Oblivion Stone yet. Because that would, Murali can't counter it. He can try to get rid of it, of course. Here we go. Ancient Stirrings. Looks at the next 5 cards. Looks like he might go for the Khan. And he's gonna just have infinite mana. Next turn, he's got a tower. And Murali here just needs, either counter spell. Probably needs counter spells after counter spells, because the Path to Exile is no good. Oh, why does he have so much mana? Wait. Whoa. Okay, so what happened there? All right, I believe both players thought that Tron still, Okay, let me try to explain. So Yang Ting thought he got 7 mana, which means that Tron was assembled, and Tron. Okay, what both Murali and Yang Ting thought was that Tron, the cards on the Tron lands, they will check the name. Unfortunately, it doesn't check the name, it checks the type. Okay, and I'm going to try to show you. I believe it should be power plant. Okay, so first I'm going to search up power plant. Power plant, maybe this is not the best. Oh, nope. Okay, gonna check 8th edition. No, 8th edition is not good. 9th edition. Does that? Okay, so if you look at Urza's power plant, the card name the card name is Urza's power plant with no dash. The land type is Urza's power plant with a dash. Okay. All right, and now I'm gonna look at Urza's tower. For those of you in the chat, can you let me know if there's like any flickering? If there is flickering, let me know. That means there's something wrong with the camera, because on my side I'm seeing flickering, but it's only when I start typing, which is kind of weird. Anyway, Urza's tower, I'm not going to use this version, I'm going to use 9. Okay, there we go. 9th edition version says that if you control an Urza's mine and an Urza's power dash plant. So this is where we understand that we're looking for the card type. and not the card name. Because if it was looking for power plant, it won't have the hyphen there. It will be Urza's power plant with no dash. Unfortunately, you're looking for Urza's power dash plant, which is a land type and not a card name. Okay, so the thing about Spreading Seas is that it changes the land type. And Spreading Seas here, enchanted land is an island. So the type of land is an island. It doesn't change the name. It just changes the land type. And so you will not have Tron assembled. Full stop. Okay. What happened just now was that both Morali and Yang Ting did not realize that this ruling, or did not realize about this ruling, and yeah, that's what happens, I guess. Okay, gonna try to get in as much damage as he can with the flyers. I like here that Murali's deck actually has Celestial Colonnade as well as the what you call it, the what's his name, the Fairy Conclave. So the Fairy Conclave and the Celestial Colonnade provide great answers for Tron, because well it doesn't provide great answers for Khan, because Khan enters the battlefield and boom, it's just gonna blow stuff up. Morali here signifying that he has no more counter spells, of course. Let me adjust the camera. It bothers me that it keeps going to like auto focus and auto exposure. There we go. A little bit brighter. Everybody can see the cards. Well, actually you can't see the names of the cards. And I realized that even in whoa. Whoa, excuse me. Wah. So it's Emrakul. This is not a card that you see too often. Emrakul, the Promised End, banned from Standard back in the day because it's such a feel bad card. And I'm going to show Yang Ting is going to explain here why it's such a feel bad card. Alright, Emrakul Promised End costs 1 less to cast for each card type among cards in your graveyard. So there's a Planeswalker, a Sorcery, an Artifact, and 2 artifacts, so it costs 10 only. And now, when you cast Emrakul, you gain control of target opponent during that player's next turn. After that turn, that player takes an extra turn. And then it's got flying, trample, protection from instants. Well, this is okay, I guess. So, but wow. Path to Exile. Okay, so Path to Exile. And obviously, Yang Ting here is not going to look up a land, but he's looking through the entire deck to see what surprises Morali has in store for him. And then probably animate the land. Animate the land. And then Path to Exile again. Probably Morali here with a smile on his face, like, you rarely see this card in action, honestly speaking. Yeah, actually the Celestial Colonnade would be a lot better target for the Path. Unfortunately, you can't really do that right now. Okay, so Azorius Charm. Draw a card and discard a card. Is it cycle? No, just draw a card. Okay, so gonna play out the Spell Snare and the Azorius Charm. And the extra Path to Exile really isn't going to help much, honestly speaking. What Morali needs right now is like board wipe off the top, but Morales has been so set back, or has been set back really, really far with that Emrakul. And man, this is why Emrakul was banned in Standard. It is such a feel bad card because once your opponent gets to take your turn, and if anybody, if any of you out there, you know the feeling of being mind slaved, it's tough. It's wow. You are not getting back into this game basically. So yeah. Despite that hiccup earlier on, Yang Ting here just managing to assemble Tron. And it looks like he's just going to go to the beatdown plan. He can cast Old Stone, he can activate Old Stone, no problem. Sorry? Converted cast of? 0. Oh, sorry, it's 3. It's 3.
Okay, it's not like A Vision converted 0.
Yeah. No, it's dude. Converted mana cost of any spell is what's stated on the upper right hand corner. Okay? Yeah. So Jin Hao just joined the stream. So did Deng Wei and Shi Xiang, Sean and Wei Xiong. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. If you just joined us, you're watching Murali get wrecked here by an Emrakul. Not fun. Not happy fun time at all. Zero happy fun time. Crack the Sanctum of Ugin. You could float the mana from Sanctum of Ugin, right? You don't have to. You don't have to sacrifice. Oh gosh. It's gonna go down to 3. It's gonna get rid of the Gideon. Oh wow. Maybe you don't have to get rid of the Gideon. Just tick it up. No, but the Gideon potentially could end the game because of the Celestial Colonnade. So Gideon goes to Gideon -4. Oh no, Gideon plus. That's 5 points, 6, 7. Oh, not enough. Yeah, plus the Celestial Colonnade, that's 4. Yep. Old Stone here just for shits and giggles, I suppose. Just as backup. Morales, Path to Exile, not going to be very useful. Not right now. Spreading Sea is going to try to get rid of another land here. 2 towers, 1 power plant. I think you target the power plant and that turns off Tron. But there's so many threats on the table right now. I'm not quite sure how Murali is going to get into this or get back into this because that Emrakul is just uber menacing. Does he have a board wipe here? If he does, that'll be great. Yup, Supreme Verdict. Murali trying to crawl back into this game, but that, there's a good chance that Yang Ting might just blow up the board so that he can get back his stuff. Oh, he just drew Sylvan Scrying. Okay, for green. And Sylvan Scrying. Wow. Murali must be scratching his head like, how is that even possible? And another power plant here, which means that Yang Ting has again 10 mana, 2 towers, 1 power plant, and 1 mine. Tick up, of course, I would expect. Yep, goes up to 5. Gonna discard a mana leak because your opponent has infinite amount of mana. Walking Ballista for a bajillion. I'm surprised he didn't cast the The emerald, sorry, the this thing, but the walking ballista, of course, you drew off the top from the chromatic star. Yeah. Let's take a look at the comments. Ian says hi, Mick. Hi, Ian. Nice to see you on the chat. And yeah, Wrong Chan saying very sad to see Blue White fight Tron and struggle. Yeah, that's the thing. So I would expect Blue White actually have a pretty decent time against Tron, but as we've seen, it's hard. It is hard. Kimberlyn 852 saying watching right before I head out to Zook. Yeah, man. Enjoy your time at Zook. But yeah, I wanna have a discussion with all of you in the chat. Like, man, Emrakul Promise End is back-breaking. It is, wow, it is such a powerful card. Like, we're seeing its effect even in Modern. That Mindslaver effect is just, wow, it is just breaking the game and breaking it hard. And yeah, not much that Murali could have done in that situation except, just almost give up. But that was terrible. Such a powerful card. Like, there is a solid reason why Emrakul was banned, because if you played standard, in during when Emrakul was not banned, like the minute your opponent lands this in that Delirium deck, like it's the end, and it is, it lives up to his name, Emrakul the Promised End, because he's just going to mess up your entire game. Yeah, Blue White. I expect Blue White to be to have a better matchup against Tron. Just because it is, it's got Spreading Seas, it's got Field of Ruins. Like Rong Tan is saying, it is a very, very strong deck against Tron, but sometimes it just stumbles. It's got counter spells. It's got Detention Spheres. Technically, it should be pretty good against Tron, but we saw, sometimes you stumble on land. Sometimes, Yang Ting had a really, really good hand and a really good draw. So, a much better draw from Murali, especially when he fired off the Vendilion Click. I didn't think he should have fired off that Vendilion Click so early. Maybe wait for his opponent to go to end step and then fire off a Vendilion Click, because there, no, there wasn't a there wasn't any danger of Yang Ting forming Tron that turn, and he could have used it for something else, I guess. Anyway, yeah, Ian saying Blue White has an upper hand against Tron, but if one drew the wrong side of the deck, then it just feels damn bad. Yeah, feels bad. Table is crooked. I will go and fix that. Kelvin, you know me very well. Like, I cannot sit down and see, slanted table. There you go. Table a bit straighter, but not completely straight. I wish we had a, I'm gonna put out complaint department right now. I wish we had like a fixed stand that and then a fixed table, and a fixed table, put down to the stand and bolted into the floor so that you can't move the stuff around. Then it becomes less, it's easier for me to do my job as a caster and as streaming to you. So yeah, I really wish this was available. Unfortunately, sometimes it's just not. It's hard to, it's hard to to get resources to do this, and there's not a lot of places that do it anyway. I love what Hareruya does, which is to build a little gazebo in their store. That is a little bit insane. And that's a little bit out of the realm of possibilities because, space is kind of scarce in Singapore. But yeah, it's crazy, right? Can you imagine like if we had a gazebo here in Grey Ogre Games? And just for streaming. Would be pretty nice. But I think a bit over the top. A bit over unnecessary. Anyway, well, back to game 2. If you just joined us, you're watching our weekly modern tournament, More Than Modern, here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick. I'm your host for tonight. If it sounds like I have a sore throat, it's because I do. So you get, hoarse voice Mick. Not as if my voice, is like some melodic, honey smooth, buttery voice. When it normally is, but this time is way, way, way worse. Alright, starts off with a tower, I believe. Damn you, Tron Lands. Why are you like this? I believe this is a tower. This should be Antiquities Tower. Nope, not Antiquities. Is this a mine? Yeah, this is tower. Oh, why is it? Oh, it's Japanese. Right. I went to go and search the card. It's Japanese. That's why it's black border. It's foreign black border. Nice. Of course, Ian, you would know because you play Tron a lot. Yeah. But yeah, it's actually hard to identify. Sometimes it's hard to identify what lands they are because there's so many different versions of the art. So I'm going to go through all of them. This is 6th ed. I think 8th edition and 9th edition or 8th edition is different, and 9th edition, and then we have the Antiquities, and then Chronicles, which is actually a reprint of some of the older cards, but you can see the Antiquities one as well. And then this is the Masters version. This is, I think, only Masters Edition number 4. I believe only online. But yeah, looks very nice. All different arts, of course. And even within Antiquities, I believe there's different arts too. So yeah. And we're unable to form Tron just yet, but Murali here gonna probably want to fire off counter spells if he has them. Waiting for that game, but Yang Ting here, no map just yet. Sylvan Scrying maybe? Gonna try for it. Sylvan Scrying, does that get countered? Yeah, gonna negate that. Morali, I don't think he'll take out the Path to Exiles because the paths are the best way to get rid of the worm coin engine. Whoa, wait, what is this? Oh, this is Chromatic Sphere. Is that Chromatic Sphere? Or one of the chromatic stuff. So yeah. Chromatic Star, Chromatic Sphere. I can't read the card name. It's okay. Yeah. Oh no, Morali just doesn't find that second land, that fourth land. He needs that fourth land. Come on, boys. Alright, so your detention spheres the relic of progenitors and just passes the turn. Man. Yang Ting here. Oh, with the expedition map off the top. And maybe gonna crack that. No. Oh no, oh no. And gonna look for the power plant, which is oh no. Power plant. But Yang Teng here just has 2 towers and that's about it. So he still needs a mine. But has a Ugin in hand. And nothing else. Morales still might be in this, but he needs another he needs another land, which he does find. This young thing here can assemble Tron. Then maybe the game might just be over. So Chromatic Sphere again. Chromatic Star. Crack that. Draw a card. Oh, okay. But another power plant. That's a Urza's Mine and Urza's power plant. Gonna lay that power plant, but still, you know, not enough mana. And just probably gonna run out that star with the floating mana. Ooh, curious. Oh, okay, never mind. That was a mine. Ooh. Is that one of them a mine? Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, that's a mine, not a power plant. Okay, so gets counted though. And with that excess 2 mana, just a star. We're gonna pass the turn. He has 1 mana floating. I'm not quite sure whether he realizes that. But yeah, that another Ugin in hand. But of course, there's another cryptic command to deal with that and just passes the turn. So Yang Teng here gonna be drawing, you know, just gonna be top decking from here on in. Yes. Rongtan asking, I thought he played a land, but yeah, Ian correctly notes that he hasn't played a land that turn, which is why he was, you know, I think very good play on Yang Teng's part. Like he is, you know, trying to draw to his outs, and he did definitely draw into the out, which is to say he was able to get the power plant. Oh, okay. Why is he paying so much mana though? Oh? Did he crack the star? He cast the star last turn, didn't he? Alright, so Sanctum of Ugin. And the star mana, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm confused. I am confused. I don't, you know, why is he spending so much mana? This is the question. Kelvin Chen is asking which Mega Man title I started with. Oh man, okay. So good question. I think I started with X3. And then I went back to play Mega Man, like all the other Mega Mans as well. I believe X3 came first. And then I played X4 and Mega Man 8 and Mega Man X5 and 6, I think. And then I went back to play all the other Mega Mans. Yeah, I think that was the first title I played, because I didn't have a SNES growing up. Didn't have I had an NES, but we didn't have Mega Man, and so yeah, just played Mega Man X3, X4, yeah. Yeah, and then when I grew up, they had all the other titles and just played the other titles. In fact, I just bought the Mega Man, that Chronicle, not the Chronicle one, the collection. Was 8. I remember X2 was, I think, was after 6. So it was 6, X, 7, X2, X3, 8, and X4. Something along that lines. But yeah, X4 is awesome. Awesome as hell. Like, there was a video I was watching where X4 is the best game tutorial system without being a tutorial. And that was really awesome, because it explained to you, like, okay, the minute Frozen Frog 00 also saying X4 is the best. Yeah, X4 is the best. Right off the bat, you start off the stage, you can't go left, and then it makes you go right and move forward, and it doesn't tell you what buttons to press, it doesn't tell you how to move, it doesn't tell you what to jump. And you just mash buttons, and then you find out. And the first time you encounter an enemy, the enemy hits you, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's bad. But and then it gives you a mechanism to fire back, but it doesn't tell you that you can fire back. But if you keep getting hit, you just keep dying. And here's the most brilliant part, which is the part where I think you cannot jump across. You can't jump across a ravine, but you can jump far enough until you hit the wall, and you get stuck at the bottom, and then you have to climb your way up. Yeah, interesting Stuff. So yeah. Frost Warriors, Cool Beans. Well, I forget all the bosses, but the X4 was memorable. 8 was kind of fun. But yeah, I think 6 has got to be my favorite. 6 was fun. X4 was my favorite, and 6 followed up by 6. Yeah, I like dashing. I like wall climbing. I do not like just falling to my death because my platforming skills are bad. Because my platforming skills are pretty bad. Man, Morali here having a really hard time against Yang Ting. And Yang Ting here, wow, looking for a black-green source. So this is some form of black-green Tron. Some form of it. But yeah, pretty well tuned, I think. I don't think Morali here had a bad draw, beside missing his land drop on turn 3 and turn 4, but has been able to stave off the oncoming onslaught. Thoughtseize is here before he casts anything, and probably going to get that the cryptic command out of Morali's hand. I think this is the part where you cryptic command. So you cryptic counter and bounce the Snapcaster Mage. Yeah. Cryptic command here. Counter that spell, bounce the Snapcaster Mage back to hand, so you'll have a counter spell next turn. Yang Ting will, of course, cast the Emrakul off of that. but you still have, and here's the kicker: you still have the supreme verdict in your hand. So maybe you counter draw or counter bounce the. No, that's a bad idea. Bounce the detention sphere. No, I think you counter bounce the Snapcaster Mage, and then Yang Ting will just cast the Snapcaster Mage for 0 value. Yeah, I think you just have to stop that because you have the answer. I mean, you have the answer to Emrakul in your hand anyway. So this is a bit tough. This is a tough decision to make. Kelvin Chen asking, started with 0 hard mode. Yeah. 0 is awesome. Like, I think that was the... Yeah, 0 is freaking awesome. Kelvin asking, yeah, that I forget all the games. I really forget all the games. Alright, so double cryptic command here of the Sphinx's revelation. Man, that supreme verdict is gonna get taken out of hand. That's why I thought, you should just counter the Thoughtseize and then bounce your Snapcaster. Yeah, and now the... Yep. And now the Emrakul is just going to hit the battlefield, which is unfortunate for Murali. I think slight misplay here, or at least, I don't know, maybe the answer is not that. But I know, if you let that Thoughtseize resolve, like, that's not going to be... It's not going to be a good time for you. Yeah. Ooh. Because Murali will get back his turn. Not just yet. Man, and Torrential Gearhawk in the main board, that's interesting. Very good for flashing back the cryptic command. Wow. This is a pretty dragged out game, and yeah, there's some people hovering over the table. Interesting scenarios. Yeah, I definitely would have done that slightly differently. We've just countered the Thoughtseize and then cast the cast the cryptic command, counter the Thoughtseize. So now cryptic command just gonna bounce the detention sphere, maybe. Who knows? Might just bounce the Celestial Colonnade, draw a card. Activate the Celestial Colonnade, draw a card. Okay, so man. So even taking control of your opponent's turn is kinda tough. Not easy. Snapcaster obviously will run into Emrakul, yeah. Yep. And then can get rid of Celestial Colonnade, that's about it. Because Emrakul's not being affected by the giant spaghetti monster in the sky. Sorry, Emrakul is not being affected by the cryptic command, neither the path to exile, neither. So, actually, I think in that case, right, he should have path. Path the. Oh, yeah, okay. So, here's what would have been really good. You path the Snapcaster, cast Torrential Gearhawk, and then path the Snapcaster. Then path the Gearhawk. And then you get rid of 2 creatures. Because those 4/4s, or 4/4s in the air, whatever. I think you can get rid of them quite easily. Alright, Cryptic Command here. Yeah, you can't bounce the Emrakul, by the way. Okay, tap and bounce your... Yeah. And then pass the turn. Okay, so... Island there. That face down card is an island. Yeah, so it does get rid of 1 cryptic command, but of course there is the Torrential Gearhawk here to be able to win back that cryptic command. Celestial Colonnade probably gonna hit the battlefield. And does he need the mana though? I don't think he does. Okay, and passes the turn. Actually, I don't think he needed a mana, right? He can just put down the Celestial Colonnade. But Yang Ting, I think he has the Ulamog in hand. Alright, so settle the Wreckage here. Was the card he drew off the top just now, and settle Wreckage going to get some. What? What? Really? Okay, sure. Sure, okay. Okay, cool. Alright. Okay, just ask him to be on stream. Later lah. Alright, just passes the turn. Settle Wreckage here just catches Yang Ting by surprise. And, you know, since Morali here has another cryptic command, no fear of the Reaper anytime soon. And here's the cool part, like since he's got he's got Stony Silence on the battlefield, right? He can bounce the Detention Sphere for something better, I suppose. Or he can bounce the Spreading Seas. Yeah, Chromatic Sphere, but not going to be very useful. Yeah, players got 1 minute left, and Morali is 1 game. Morali is 1 game down. Yang Ting is 1 game up, and they gotta move, man. They gotta move. Celestial Colonnade here, probably gonna go in for an attack. Yep, still got 4 mana up for the cryptic command. He just passes the turn. Okay, so Yang Ting here down to 9. Okay, so this is turn 0. No, this is turn 1. Okay, gonna hit your thing with a Spreading Seas. Hit your Stony Silence with a Nature's Claim. I don't think that was okay. Wormcore Engine. Gonna let that resolve, it seems. Okay, and Yang Ting here trying to dig deeper into his deck. Maybe something will be used. You know, something will come of it. Someone's crying. But I believe Morali just gonna bounce that and draw a card. yeah, just use that cryptic command, bounce the worm coil engine, draw a card, and then use the torrential Gearhulk to counter any spell that Young Thing might have. But this is turn 0. Yep, gonna blow up your land. Path to exile. And man, I'm surprised Murali. Wow, Murali here being very patient. Okay, his opponent's at 9. I believe at this point, yeah. No, it should go down to 7, yeah. And so Torrential Gearhulk end step to get rid of Young Thing's this thing. So this is turn, okay, if this is not turn 2, then it's turn 3, which then Murali should have the win in the game. Ancient Stirrings here, gonna try to look for something else, okay. But that gets countered. Unless, of course, Young Thing here has something else up his sleeves, which is only a land. And that's the... So they're going to go to a draw. But, of course, draws don't help here. So, I guess... we're going to do something else. Okay. So it's a draw. I'm gonna put the camera away. So that they can go and settle whatever it is without them having to roll dice. Anyway, we're gonna go for a short break. Looks like all the games have been decided, and yeah, we're gonna feature something interesting next round. So don't go away. We'll be back with round 2, but before we go, just want to remind you that you can join us on the stream every Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. Singapore time. And if you like Final Fantasy card game, you can join us on Friday, 8 p.m. Twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames. You can also find us on YouTube.com/GreyOgreGames, as well as on Facebook.com/GreyOgreGames. We do the stream, we re-stream it everywhere. Alright. Yeah, if you miss the live action, it's okay. Just go down to youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. We record all our games and then we post it up on YouTube. Last but not least, do check out our website. You know, next year, the invitationals is not over, but we're going to restart round 2. We're going to start round 2 in January. So go find out more information on GreyOgreGames.com. All right. We're booking out for a while. We'll be right back, so don't go away. Hello everyone and welcome to our weekly modern tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick, I'm your host for tonight. We are watching the match here between Sui Sin and So Bun Hao on the left and right respectively. Haven't come across these players before. So I'm not familiar with their playstyle, not familiar with their decks, but yeah, let's take a look. Bonhao looks like he's playing a whatchamacallit, Jeskai. Looks like Jeskai, you know, tempo maybe, aggro, who knows. But it looks like Sui Sin here is playing Boros Burn or maybe Naya Burn. We see the Boros Charm in hand, as well as, starting off with a Monastery Swift Spear. That could mean only two things. One, it could be a Hollow One deck, or it could be just a straight up aggro deck. It looks like it's a straight up aggro deck. Wow, Suicune here, just one too many lands, if you ask me. And here, just gonna go in for the attack. And there's a lightning strike again. A lightning bolt against the Monastery Swift Spear. Boon Hao here going to go down to 19. Get another mountain. Very nice. Nice and shiny mountain. These are I believe these should be the Battle for Zendika Mountains, not the old Zendika Mountains. The old Zendika Mountains, they got like a little more notch at the top. And able to drop a Eidolon of Great Revel. Let's bring that up. This is one of the quintessential cards you have to have in a burn deck. It's 2 mana. You get a 2/2 enchantment creature spirit. This is from the Journey into Nyx block. Very difficult card to find, people. Hopefully it gets reprinted. Very, very difficult card to find. Anyway, whenever a player casts a spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, Eidolon of Great Revel deals 2 damage to that player. So quite a painful way to get damage through. But Suicune here going to be dealing a lot more damage to Boon Hao than than the other way around. So vice versa, and. Let's see, Vendilion Clique here, and Stab gonna take 2 points of damage. With the trigger on the stack, Suicune is pointing out. Maybe get rid of it. Let's see, Lightning Helix maybe, Lightning Bolt. Well, if he wants to go for a Helix, he's got to give up a bit of life. And there we go. Vendilion Clique goes to the graveyard, hit by a lightning bolt. But Boon Hao here gets a peek at Suicine's hand. I think you just take the Boros Charm away, maybe. And choosing not to crack the Bloodstained Maya there, that's a pretty good move, because right now something's going to be put at the bottom of the deck, and hello everyone, and welcome back to round 3 of our weekly Modern tournament. It's called Modern. My name is Mick. I'm your host for tonight. And I promise you, this game gonna be interesting, because it's a deck I always talk about. It's a deck that I champion. In fact, it's a deck I have in the store. Awesome stuff. Watching the match here between Michael Milton and Ikai, of course, our runner-up in SQ2. He is in the championship, which will happen in January of next year, 2018. He's playing against Michael Milton, and Michael is playing a very, very special deck. Danny C asking, humans? No, not humans, man. Esper Spirits. And like, Cass came in the room and and said, hey man, You want to feature. There's some guy here playing Esper Spirits. You want to feature Esper Spirits? I'm like, yeah, okay. This is the deck that I want to say, like, this is probably the only modern deck that I have right now. And yeah, it's way, way cool deck. Like, really, really a cool deck. And Michael looks like he's going to be looking for, I think he should be looking for a Watery Grave right now. And but looks for a Halo Fountain. Gonna probably start off with a 1/1 the Mausoleum Wanderer. So this is the cool spirits deck. I like it a lot. Very cool, very nice. But of course, turn one you want to go like Aether Vial into and then go off with all the other spirits. Did Michael keep a one lander? No, I believe he has got Ghost Quarter as well. But Ghost Quartering your own lands, kinda harsh, kinda hard. Alright, turn one. And it looks like Ikai is playing. He is playing Affinity, able to drop 5 cards on turn 1. Very good, sir. Very nice. And Michael Milton maybe needs to try to raise. He can block. Okay, so here's the cool thing, that if Ikai attacks with... Oh, he passes the turn. Maybe to keep up that mana leak. But this is interesting. I'm surprised he didn't look for the blue-black source because... Well, you're in the blind, right? If there's anything that you need to counter, I believe this should be the one. Yep. Counter spell, mana leak on the Arcbound Ravager. Followed up by a Memnite. It just swings in a Memnite. Yeah, sure. Take one. No problem. Passes the turn. Yeah, and 2 lands. 2 lands is all there is. But I think... Michael might be able to raise. He didn't keep a one lander yet, Ghost Quarter, but yeah, having that Ghost Quarter is not very helpful. But having two what you call it? The Selfless Spirits, very helpful. So, gonna power up that the Mausoleum Wanderer. Gonna be able to beat through, but he's just gonna pass. No blockies. Surprise. I would have thought, at this point in time, like, you need to try to race. And, if Ikai attacks with... If Ikai just attacks with the Signal Pest, not going to be very useful. I don't think Michael here should be trying to trade a second Ornithopter. That's it. Kira Glass Spinner. No third land. He needs that third land desperately. And then passes the turn. Okay, so 3 guys, but then he's not doing any blocking. Okay, so for those of you at home, if your creatures are there, if they are not doing any blocking, then you should be attacking. And for those of you at home, yeah, some of the math, you might want to do some of the math, but yeah, if you're not blocking, you should be attacking, and attacking really, really hard. Because Ikai here can't afford to lose that Signal Pass. If he swings in with that Signal Pass, he is going to be losing out in the long run. Sure, he can get an additional 4 points of damage in during that turn, but in the long run, Ikai will be out. He does sacrifice 1 Selfless Spirit to get rid of 2 of Ikai's guys. Alright, so second Ghost Quarter, but that second Ghost Quarter not going to be very useful, except for blowing itself up. But we'll see. I think you should just leave it for the Spell Queller. It just passes the turn. Because that Spell Queller can come down and like just wreak havoc on Ikai's board. Mem Knight here. And maybe it will just fire off that Spell Queller. I'm not quite sure. Honestly, I'm not quite sure. Okay, so going to Path to Exile, I believe. Is that Path? Yeah.
Blood Moon is in play. The player has 3 lands.
Okay.
He wants to lay a conceal point. Does it come into play tap or untap?
Untapped.
It comes into play untap.
Yes. New rules. Yeah. Okay, and finally finds his 4th land, which is a colored source, which is, I guess, pretty good. Yeah. So Path's the way the signal pass, and that leaves. Yeah. I think he should be free to attack. Leave the. Yeah, doesn't block. Just passes the turn. Okay, so Milton here not attacking, not blocking. Not blocking with his creatures, so just going to attack. Got rid of the signal pass already, which is great. Ikai, you know, Michael here needs to be wary that there might be a oh wow, a third Ornithopter, okay. Michael here going down to 12. So Ikai, well, despite the really yeah, despite the fast start, Ikai here has slowly ground to a halt. And they're looking for the Watery Grave. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. This is a very, very nice card to have. The, whatchamacallit, the Rattle Chains. Rattle Chains is actually a pretty good card here. I think he should go for it. Both creatures attack. Yep. The guy might choose to just block. I think it, you know, if he blocks, it's fine. Don't. Michael here, I think, just needs to be patient. Don't have to, don't have to fire off, either his Rattle Chains or anything. Just keep the Spell Queller up, because the Spell Queller is going to be very, very useful in the long run. Yeah, okay, I'm going to take 3. No problem. Ikai may be looking for Outbound Ravager. Okay. And the Spell Queller is going to eat up the whatchamacallit? So here's how you play tricky. You have that Rattle Chains, so you can cast that Rattle Chains, and then in response, Rattle Chains to protect your own guy. Oh, but he's gonna cast Kira first. Okay, that's an interesting choice. Cast Kira and swings in for potentially 6 points of damage. Yep. And Ikai here goes down to 8. And I have a feeling that if Michael here is able to draw a a lot of some sorts, then the game is all wrapped up. But anyway, Ikai scoops, and we're going to game 2. All right, Esper Spirits. Cool, man. I'm surprised to actually see anybody else pilot this deck. Because clearly it's not a very mainstream deck. Let's just leave it at that. This is essentially Innistrad block constructed. Yeah. Oh, cool sideboard. Very interesting sideboard. Ceremonial Rejections. Yeah. I don't think the some of the spells are very useful in this matchup. I believe Kira can be taken out. There's no reason why you keep a Kira. Path to Exiles are okay, I guess. The mana leaks are a bit. I won't say it's a bit slow, but since you got Ceremonious Rejection, maybe the mana leaks can come out. I'm thinking more of the Path to Exiles also can come out, but I'm surprised not to see in Michael's sideboard the what's that? Stony Silence. But maybe there is. Maybe there is. Maybe I just missed it. Oh wow, I will keep Fatal Push over the Path to Exile. I mean, this is interesting. Is that a drop score captain that he's taking out? No, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, okay. Alright, so it's 3 Stony Silences. Probably, you know. 3 Stony Silence and the, what you call it? And the Ceremonious Rejection. I would definitely keep in the paths and the Fatal Pushes, because that gets rid of Ikai's lands as well. Yeah. Anyway, if you're just joining us, you are watching the More Than Modern stream here at Grey Ogre Games. It's our weekly Modern tournament. My name is Mick. I'm your host for tonight. Yeah, apologies. Like, usually there's somebody else with me, but you know, the significant other is under the weather, which is okay. Yeah, I hope they get better soon. Myself, actually, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, a bit warm. You know, fever. I'm pretty sure fever is coming up soon. Venom 1982 is asking, so this is Esper tokens? No, this is not Esper tokens. This is Esper spirits. Mausoleum Wanderers and Rattle Chains and Drop Score Captains. Best stuff ever. I don't agree with him taking out the Mausoleum Wanderers because they're very good to block the Signal Pests. I don't think there's a lot of sideboard that Ikai can do. Sideboarding that Ikai can do. Maybe more burns to the face, but he saw the Mausoleum Wanderers might be a little more cautious. But yeah, Galvanic Blast is great because that gets rid of that essentially gets rid of the Spell Quellers, and that will get you back your spells. So some more spot removal for Ikai. Okay, and Stony Silence in the opening hand. Serum Visions. Oh, interesting. Serum Visions and Stony Silence in the opening hand. Snap keep. Why not? The Stony Silence is interesting because my version of the deck, I play Aether Vials. And Aether Vials are like the best thing. Because especially when you're on the draw against Affinity, sometimes it can just go off like this. You know, 5 cards in, and he's only got, Ikai has 1 card left in hand. Wow. Sorry, he's got 2 cards left in hand. He didn't mulligan. Michael here, more than enough lands. I think you just search out for basics right now, so that it doesn't have to take so much life. Ooh, finds a blue basic. Interesting. And Ikai here, best be careful not to, I don't know what else is in Ikai's hand, but yeah, best to be careful not to have too many, if he's got an all-in plan, not to go all-in, basically. Keeps the Serum Vision on top, but of course, next card he's going to draw is the Spell Queller. Next turn is very straightforward, I think. Next turn is just Stony Silence, full stop. What's that last card that Ikai has in hand? I wonder. Is that a Cranium Plating? If it was a Cranium Plating, he'd just slam it on the table right now and just go for it. This is the explosiveness of Affinity. You can basically dump your entire hand on by turn 2. You know? I think Ikai, that's why Ikai is considering, can I just dump my hand? Yes. You know. 1, 2, 3 mana. Yeah, Master of Ethereum, sure. No, I believe the Inkmoth Nexus was first, right? Didn't he just lay the the Blinkmoth Nexus? Or was the Blinkmoth Nexus the first turn? Okay, anyway. So yeah, Master of Ethereum now a big threat, but of course I think Michael has a reply to that in the form of Path to Exile, unless he didn't play the Path to Exile. I think he took out the paths. No, he kept the paths. He's just gonna pass the turn. Upkeep. Path to Exile your Master of Ethereum. This is a very nice Path to Exile, by the way. I'm just wondering where it's from. Nope. Oh, this is the one. This is the Path to Exile. Where is it from? Duo decks, Venser versus Koth. And he's got looks like he's got a playset of them. Cool. Yeah, but my favorite is still the promo. Is this the promo? Explorers of Ixalan. Since when is there a Path to Exile in Explorers of Ixalan? Oh right, Explorers of Ixalan is the card game, that weird card game. Oh no, they don't have the promo. Yeah, no foil promo. I like that one. I like the guy just standing there. I believe that was illustrated by Therese Nelson. This one is Erica Young. Yeah, so many so many versions of Path to Exile. There's the one, the Judge promo, I think, is the one with the angel standing on top of them. Ian noted, yeah, he played the Blinkmoth. He just played the Blinkmoth this turn. A little bit late for me to go and rectify, unfortunately. Wish I would have been a bit more decisive on that. I would have gone out and just like told you guys, hey bro, you just played the Blinkmoth this turn. Yeah. Venom 1982 asking, is he playing Geist in this list? I'm not quite sure. I don't think he's playing Geist though. Oh, another Path to Exile. I think you bottom the Serum Visions. Serum Visions is interesting in this deck. I wouldn't play Serum Visions. Instead, I would play the what's his name? The Aether Vial. Oh, but he chooses to keep it on top. Okay, interesting choice there. Definitely gonna keep all his removal, and I think he shouldn't have taken out the I don't think he should have taken out. Oh, why did he have to take 2 damage? He could have just cast it off the springs. Oh, right. He can't activate artifacts. That's right. That is right. Lingering Souls here to generate some token value. Venom 92, yeah, but then you can't play Stony Silence, which is why I play the Kataki War's Wage. Yeah. There is a box there with all the tokens. Guys, come on, use the box. Use the box. Cass, you're right there. Use the box. Ask them to use the box. Anyway. Yeah, so instead of playing Stony Silence, I play Kataki War's Wage, which is quite fun, especially when your opponent's entire board is just artifacts. So they've they probably got to sacrifice a lot of stuff. Yeah, Lingering Souls. generally means that the game might just be over right now. But we'll see, we'll see. I think it should be looking out for a Watery Grave right now. No, there should be no fear of Blood Moon, so you should get all your colors right now. And I'm curious to see whether, Michael here plays like a Sorin or some form of pump effect, because that, with the Lingering Souls tokens, Sorin is a great play with in the Esper tokens deck. And, I think it would be just as good here. Maybe flashback the Lingering Souls right now, and then pass the turn, leaving 3 mana up for, I believe, might have Spell Queller. Ikai here just has the top deck. Like, this it's going to be so hard for Ikai to get back into the game right now. Oh, man. So 4 Lingering Souls tokens. 4 Spirits tokens. Yeah, Frozen Frog 00 saying Stony Silence hits Tron harder as well. Yep. Alternatively, like, you can just not play the Aether Vials. So you take out Aether Vials for the Stony Silence. But the deck works so well with Aether Vials. So fast. Alright, Blinkmouth Nexus here, gonna try to get in. He's got the ability to pump the Blinkmouth Nexus using the Inkmoth Nexus. So if Michael here wants to trade, I think he should trade. No, chooses not to. Instead, might just path the little bugger. All right, Selfless Spirit here, a very good draw. Oh, it's a nice draw. I won't say it's a very good draw. I don't think this is a stalemate, right? Because that Inkmoth Nexus, that Blinkmoth Nexus there can become... Oh, it can't. It can't become a 1-1. It can't become a 1-1 and then pump itself, because then artifacts, activator abilities or artifacts don't work. Okay, so what is Ikai's best draw here? Maybe a... okay, so Ikai's probably best draw would be... Edge Champion? Likely? And right now he might just want to swing in with everything, especially since, Michael here doesn't have anything to block with. Yeah. Okay. Ikai here just summing it up. I think he'll go in with the Vault Scourge, get some life, and get a 2-point, get a 2-point life difference. Lifelink is quite useful in this matchup, especially since there's a race. Oh wow, okay. So Spell Queller here just gonna block the Vault Scourge. And Ikai goes up to 17. Gonna give up 2 more life for the Vault Scourge. Unfortunately, he can't... Okay. I don't think there's any way that Ikai gets rid of the Stony Silence right now. That's a little unfortunate. Venom982 say Aether Grid is his best draw, and followed by Ensnaring Bridge. That's funny. That is quite funny. Alex saying Gideon, Ally of Zendika, Anthem effect. Unfortunately, Ikai won't be able to cast that Gideon because all his colored mana is kind of locked down except for red. I believe the 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 affinity deck only has basic red source. Gonna take out the Ornithopters here with one detention sphere and just swing in with the team, probably. Yeah, this represents a 2-turn clock. I'm going to leave one spirit back for blocking. Yep. There is a token box. There is a box literally there which says token for feature match. Alright. Gets rid of Selfless Spirit. They trade. Ikai here takes 5. So he takes 4 down to 11. Not dead next turn. Unless of course Michael here draws like some kind of anthem effect that will actually increase the damage by 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 6 on the table. If he's got an anthem effect, like that will probably be the end of the game. But looks like it, Michael here has it on lockdown. He's got a Path to Exile to get rid of any potential blockers. He's got Mana Leak to get rid of the any spells that come in. Okay, just gonna block. I'm curious, why did he do that? I think you can take the damage. You're down to 8. Yep, beats him with a team. That's 5 points of damage. That's why I don't think he's... Man, I don't think he should have gotten rid of the Lingering Souls token. I don't think he should have traded. Yeah, Ikai here needs to get rid of the enchantment, but I don't think, there's almost no way for you to get rid of that Stony Silence. It's gonna be very, very difficult. So yeah. Might want to trade off with a token right now. Take 4 points of damage, then take 3 points, and then 2 points. Okay, whoa, interesting. He's going to block the... Okay, so he blocks the Spell Queller, takes 3, which is right, and then Spell Queller goes down by 1 damage each turn. And then... Yeah, but... Man, this War of Attrition, I don't think Ikai is going to win the War of Attrition. But wow! Girapur, Aether Grid, turns all his artifacts into little shooters. But, I don't think he's going to let that resolve. Yeah, Mana Leak on the Girapur Aether Grid. That is the card that he needed to get back into this game. That is the card that Ikai needed to draw maybe a turn earlier or 2 turns earlier. So yeah, wow! I did not think that there was a Girapur Aether Grid in the game. So goes down to 3, and if you can pull out another one, that would be great. Was the draw, and that's it. That's the end of the game. The handshake. Wow. Venom 1982 say called it. Yep. Definitely. Alright. That's interesting. Okay, so thank you for joining us. That's the end of round 3. Esper Spirits wins. Yeah, Esper Spirits. Good deck. I like. Different from the... Definitely different from the version that I run, but still very fun altogether. Alright, we are going to call it an evening. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday evening. Remember, you can join us on the stream every Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. Singapore time, as well as on Fridays if you like that Final Fantasy card game. Final Fantasy actually a cool game. Very fun to play. Yeah, cool deck. And if you miss the live action, it's okay. You know, twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames, it's okay. Go on down to youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. Watch all the replays because we record everything and then we post it up on YouTube. You know. And last but not least, do check out our website, GreyOgreGames.com. Find out how you can participate in the second Grey Ogre Games Invitationals, which will start next year in January. We'll have live coverage for the championship at the end, somewhere in January. So you should stay tuned. Alright, so for myself, we are getting out of here. Venom 9082 says, feel better, Mick. I will try to feel better, but maybe I won't get better. I think you wanted to say get better, right? I'll try to get better. We are out of here. Thank you for joining us. That was very long-winded. See you guys. Bye-bye.